Saturday afternoon in the Richard Marsland studio here in South Melbourne, and loving it too. BT's here, as is Fat, of course. Duck's doing some of his finest. Damo's up there in isolation, hubbing in a hotel room on his own.
Do you think the sun's working for him up there by the look of him?
No. He looks like Casper the Ghost.
What's that straw hat he's wearing?
Real nerd-looking setup at the minute, Damo. You need to bloody get down to a shop somewhere and buy some Joe Bananas shirts or something.
Look at the colourful shirt he's got.
And get some sun, Damien.
Yeah, just...
frazzle up.
Get us a pair of heavies. And get some boardies and a Joe Bananas shirt, purple, and wander around.
Get those Stilsons off.
And a cap, because your feathers, look at them going back. You're looking like Chief Moore.
Now, we're on Brownlow Watch, Damo. We need to get to the bottom of a few things around the Brownlow. Now, firstly, how are they going to do it? Hamish McLaughlin does a brilliant job of hosting it, but how are they going to do it?
Well,
what's going to happen?
I think it's going to be, Damo, you probably know more than all of us about this, but I think it's going to be a bit of each. A bit of live action up on the Gold Coast or the Brisbane, wherever it's going to
Function, you mean?
Function. And where they're allowed to have a function. I think they can get exemptions for functions or crowds over 10 up there, so they'll get an exemption for that. I think it'll also be pretty part remote from maybe we might have people in Melbourne controlling things. I think it'll be
teams in their hubs or
mixture of both. I think that'll happen as well, Bill.
Right.
Depending on whether because it'll be grand final week, so a lot of teams would have gone home to their states.
Is it on the Sunday after the prelim?
Oh,
Purple.
That hasn't been announced.
Where are we at with this?
That's what I heard.
Give us some detail, Purple.
I feel BT might have even had an advanced briefing on the ones that I've got around this, and I felt what he just said there just slightly took it further than what had been said publicly.
So
he
the
must
prelim, and then the next day on the Sunday we have the Brownlow.
That's what I was hearing early in the week, and they're using the word hybrid nature of presentation, and that would take in the fact that maybe the host, Hamish, might be, as BT alluded to, in Melbourne.
Right.
Maybe there may be a physical presence of sorts, either in the Gold Coast or in Brisbane itself. And the one thing that Gillon McLaughlin did say on camera when he announced that the grand final would be played at the Gabba was that basically the two grand final combatants would not be able to attend in person due to obviously the COVID-19 protocols that would be in place for that. So if Lachie Neale was to be in the grand final, he would not be in attendance in person.
All right, what else can you tell us about it, Brian? There's more.
Yes, Brian.
I can't.
Brian?
Damien's listening. I can't.
Yes, there's more to this.
This into a major investigation.
What about the halftime entertainment?
No, that's just hang on on the Brownlow. There's more on the Brownlow. I think that we
That is interesting, though, Bill.
We'll
I
get
see
to that
Mike Braden's put his hand up, Jim.
That is just a moment, but the Brownlow, Brown.
Look, big hello to their boys down at the A-Team Reserve, where they sneak together and have a little frothy.
Right.
The lawn.
But no details on the address down there. But this is dribbling out of there.
Right, and what can you tell us about the Brownlow medal?
I can't say much, JB, but the actual medal.
Yes.
Do you remember in 2003 when Bucks,
he's whispering.
Goods and Rashudo won it?
Yes, a 3-way.
And they all got a medal. 3 of them.
Yes.
Then in 2012, Koch and Mitchell, the belated one, or 87, Lockett and Platt.
Yes.
A double duo banger.
Yep.
So multiple medals.
It was also the year that Corey drew with Voss and Hurd.
Yes.
And
So what are you saying, Brian?
What are you saying, Brian?
made me think, I wonder how many medals they make each year. Like, how do you determine how many
Well,
you
they'd
make?
probably make 4 or 5, just in case.
I thought they'd only made one.
Look, I don't know, but I think you're right. I think they normally do.
How
But
much?
I think
how much?
this year
Can I ask you?
they normally don't.
How much?
Hang on, Duck.
But
Hang
get
on.
to the bottom of what he's actually saying.
So
here,
what
Brian.
are you saying here, Brian? What did you say then?
Well, when
He's whispering.
Bucks,
So this is fair dinkum.
Yeah, no,
Goods and
of course.
Rashudo won. If that happened this year,
Yep.
actually, I don't think that'll happen this year.
Why? Because there's how many medals been made?
I don't think there's many.
2. You're saying 2. 1 or 2.
I'm not sure, Bill, but I don't think there are a lot.
So you're saying there's only 2 Brownlow medals been made this year?
I didn't say that, Bill.
I heard you whispering.
Oh.
What What do you think you're just talking to us? People are listening, Brian. So, there's only been 2 Brownlow medals made this year.
I didn't
Brian?
say that. The boys at the A-team reserve did.
Oh, Dave,
BT,
mate,
Brian,
have you heard this, Damien?
I'm just now texting someone who will know the answer to this absolutely categorically.
Don't mention me.
I just need permission. I need permission from this
Don't
person
mention me.
to make public what I know to be the case, and I'll get back to you.
All right, we got.
Well,
Just
how much?
look at this as a bit of fun, not so serious.
BT, do you have any? How much is it to make one of those? Make a Brownlow medal?
Oh, I don't know.
What are they worth?
Well, you've seen the medals.
Yeah.
You've seen the
Beautiful.
medal up
Nah,
close.
I haven't.
They're nice, but they're not. It's not like they're full on. You know, 100%
So
gold.
have you got a sort of a figure?
I reckon you'd be to make a medal of any kind. I reckon you'd be looking at
Oh, Brian, you...
a few grand.
Few grand.
That'd be a couple of grand going, wouldn't there?
Between 5 and 10, surely.
Oh, I would think every bit of that.
So only
maybe more.
2 medals made. That's interesting.
I didn't say.
Because normally, as you said, there's 3 or 4 or 5, mate.
And
so
they've still
that
got home and
means-
away games to be played.
Well-
so how do they know?
Well, Lockie Neal is a
Runaway
dollar.
winner.
He's $1.50.
Right.
Favourite, Jim. So I think they might only strike one, maybe,
see.
Brian. You're hearing maybe one.
If they cost a lot, why would you make them if you don't need them?
Especially with this year.
Especially this year.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I tell you what's happened, right? Lockdown has turned you lot into cock smacks. I don't know what a cluster of them's called, Purple. There must be a name for them. If it's a murder of crows, what is a cluster of cock smacks? That's what this lot are.
School of
Seriously.
smacks, Jim.
They're a school.
Tell you what,
Now, what have you already been able to
Not
unearth about that, please, Damo?
Well, I wasn't sure when BT started talking if I could actually go with this publicly, but I have since had confirmation that I can, and this is on the record. I sat next to a man on the plane on Tuesday up to the Gold Coast hub who, in his bag, had 5 Brownlow medals.
5!
Count.
Hang on.
You personally.
Brian.
That's bullshit.
Brian,
mate.
what do you think of
His name is Patrick Keane.
Oh!
5 Brownlows, Brian.
You
He had
believe
5
it, do you?
Brownlows in his bag. Obviously, they are not struck. They'll only be struck on the night in question, but they're ready for 5 beats. And just to back over that, he does. They always have at least 4 at least 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 6 ready. But they're
Brian.
5 on hand
I think
this week.
I think you're right, Damo. Wrong. I will say this.
What? Oh, what else?
Whatever I've said in the last minute or two, just look at it as a bit of fun.